High Gymnasium. Off the tip, O'Neill wins it, tips it over to Morgan, drives in, sends it over to Lagulon, down to the corner to O'Neill, and now Lagulon back to the top of the key, resetting the offense. Over to Morgan. Morgan dribbles, gets it inside to Guerin. Guerin fighting against his man, puts a shot up, off the backboard too hard, gets his own rebound, sends it back over to Lagulon, who the official says travel, turnover Bedford. So now here's Keene's turn. Arunski tips it out to Maddie, brings it over the timeline, being guarded by Morgan. Over to Noah Timmer, takes a shot from the top of the key, short, rebound by Guerin, Bedford ball. Guerin gets it up to Morgan. He takes a shot off the top of the key, and it's off the rim too hard, bounces around, almost went in, and the official's calling a foul.
We've
on
seen
number 25, that's on Zach Guerin, so the foul on Bedford. Go ahead.
We've seen Morgan get off to a hot start, and he likes to shoot that three from the top of the key. That one almost went down, had a lot of chances, just rimmed out.
Just kept bouncing and bouncing. Feed inside now to Opal. His layup no good. Second chance rebound, he gets fouled by Guerin. 2 quick fouls on Zach Guerin there.
That's a problem. Bedford's going to need all their interior players to deal with Opsal, and 2 on Guerin is a challenge.
So Opsal now at the line for Keene. No score so far, 7:01 remaining here in the first quarter. Here comes the first shot, and that rims out. Good looking shot, but couldn't quite find the hole, so 0 for 1 for Opsal at the line. Here comes the second try. Up, and same thing, rims out. 0 for 2, still no score in this game. Here's Tim Green. Feeds it inside to O'Neill. He drives, and he gets hip checked on his way to the basket by Dave Arunski. And the foul is on Arunski, and that's going to send, they're going to call it a non-shooting foul, so it'll be a ball out Bedford. To Morgan, he fakes the shot, gets it inside to Guerin. He's driving, up and good. First points of the game for Bedford from Zach Guerin. 2-0, Bulldogs in the lead. And now a turnover by Keene. Maddie tried to hit Timmer with a pass, but it went off Timmer's hands, and now it'll be Bedford ball.
First substitution for Bedford, Trey Ravenel replaces Guerin with his 2 fouls.
With 6-3 forward in the game. Here comes Morgan now over the timeline, being watched by Maddie. Morgan driving, he stumbles, but they're going to say that Maddie tripped him up. So another foul here on Keene. Tate Maddie now. Not a shooting foul, another ball out play here for Bedford. Green gets it into Morgan, steps over the timeline. Back to Green. He scans the situation, now dribbling. Over to O'Neill, he takes a 3, off the rim, too hard. Rebound by Opsal, for Keene. Another foul is called on Bedford. Did you catch who that one was on?
That was on Lagulon on the rebound attempt, his first.
So Keene takes the ball out. Arunski up to Maddie. Maddie dribbles, drives, pulls up, takes a shot, 2-pointer, good. 2-wall here with 6:04 to play. Now pressure defense. They've got O'Neill boxed in, but he breaks it, gets it up to Green, who crosses over the timeline. He's being watched by Logan Patnode, and I think Patnode's going to get a foul here. And Green will take the ball out on the sideline.
Players are going to have to adjust a little bit. Referee's calling it tight. 3 fouls already on both teams.
Inbound to Morgan, being watched by Maddie. Morgan calls the offense. Lagulon drives, loses the handle. Here comes Keene the other way. Maddie pulls up, and a layup is good. Keene up 4-2 off the Lagulon turnover. And a steal, and Maddie puts it up for another bucket. 6-2 Keene. Pressure defense causing some turnovers for points here. Now here comes Morgan the other way. His layup is no good, but he gets the rebound. Now he sends it out to Green, out to the perimeter. Morgan goes back outside the three-point line to reset. Over to Green. Down low to Ravenel. His layup, his hook shot is good. 6-all here with 5:09 to play.
Nice play by the lefty Ravenel there with the right-handed hook.
Here's Logan Patnode, gets it down to Opsahl, and the officials say he traveled. Turnover Keene, Bedford ball.
2 great possessions in a row for Ravenel there, playing good straight-up defense on Opsahl, forcing that travel.
Now the ball inbounded to O'Neal, taking his time. He's being watched by Maddie, a bit of a size mismatch there. Now double team on O'Neal, gets it over to Green. Down low to Morgan in the corner for 3. Too strong, but I think it went off the hand of Opsahl, and it's going to be Bedford ball.
Keene using some different defensive looks. They've gone with a full court 1-2-1-1 press as well as a full court man press on that last possession. Now they're back in half court man.
Now O'Neal gets it to Ravenel on the inbound. Now back to O'Neal, top of the key. O'Neal dribbling, gets it over to Green. Green now to Morgan. On the side, Morgan driving to the key, back outside to Ravenel. He drives the baseline, and they're going to call a travel on Bedford. Ball over to Keene. 4:26 to play. And the Blackbirds up 6-4. Now Noah Timmer, he drives the bucket, tries to get between 2 defenders. Doesn't quite make it. Bedford gets the rebound, but now a traveling call on Morgan. Ball's going right back to Keene.
Tough start for Bedford in terms of turnovers. They're fortunate to only be down 2 as we near the halfway mark of the first quarter.
Alex Opsahl for Keene. Inbounds it to Tate Maddie. He takes a long 3, and it's good. 9-4 Keene up.
Maddie's got all 9 for the Blackbirds,
including a couple points off the steals. Now here's Bedford. Lagulon, he's being pressured along the sideline, but gets pushed out by Opsahl. So a foul on Keene. Bedford with possession in the inbound with 3:52 to play here in the first quarter. Morgan leaves it for O'Neal. He drives the basket, then pulls up, gets it back to Lagulon. Lagulon thinks about shooting, pulls it back. Now over to Morgan. He waits, finally decides to drive the bucket. Out to Lagulon for 3, good. Lagulon with the corner bucket makes it 9-7, Keene. Now here's David Arunsky to Logan Patnode. Pass across, it goes off of Arunsky's hand right into Bedford. Here's another chance from the corner for 3. Off the rim for Green, and now off the rebound, we got a foul called on Keene. It was Green, and was it Arunsky fighting for that rebound, and Arunsky's going to get the call?
That's right, that's the second on Arunsky, so he's going to be replaced by number 12.
Alex Charles going into the game, as well as Jonathan Kelly. He's in for Logan Patnode for Keene. So 2 substitutions for the Blackbirds. Inbounds Bedford here. Right to Green. He's being watched, tries to drive the baseline, still being watched, looking for an outlet now. Out to O'Neal outside the 3-point line. Back to Green, inside to O'Neal. He drives, ball up, no good, too strong. Tip again, off the mark, and now here's a shot by Ravenel, and good. 9-9, tie game here at 2:48 to play. John Kelly now for Keene, being watched by Green, and there's going to be a foul on Green. Contact on Kelly. So Keene will have the outs here along the sideline with 2:39 to play, all tied up at 9. This is a pretty close game so far, as we expected, 2 teams with similar records.
Connor Butts checking in for Thomas Morgan.
Now Jonathan Kelly with the ball, scanning the Bedford defense. He's got screens on either side. Over to Alex Charles. Now Maddie tries to drive, pulls up, shot, gets the positive roll and in. So I believe all 11 points are credited to Maddie there. 11-9 Keene with the pressure now on the inbound, but Bedford's able to break it. Here comes Ravenel inside off the backboard. No good, too strong. Ravenel gets his own rebound again, too strong. Third time is a charm. It's in. Ravenel with his second bucket. Game tied at 11 here. Just under 2 minutes to play in the first. Maddie being watched by Connor Butts. Now here's a pass inside to Alex Charles. Over to Arunsky. His shot is short. Now a breakout here for Green. Layup too hard. Off the backboard, rebounded by Keene. And now here comes Maddie the other way. Shot number 20, Timmer. Too strong, bounces away, but we get the whistle here. What was the call? Was that an offsides or a travel?
They called a travel as Timmer was trying to line up for three. He shuffled his feet one too many times.
So now Green inbounds to Butts. Over the timeline, he's being watched carefully by two Keene players, but he breaks it. His shot is blocked though, rebound by Bedford, by Lagulon. He gets the pass outside to reset the offense. Lagulon now at the top of the key, drives the bucket against Keene, but too strong of a layup. Misses the backboard completely, and the Blackbirds get the rebound. Now down low, here's a chance for Keene. Feed over to Opsahl, he lays it up and in. First bucket not scored by Tate Maddie here for the Blackbirds. 13-11 they lead. Ball brought over the timeline, over to Butts. Cross pass to O'Neal. Beautiful move, but too strong, but he gets the foul on the way to the bucket. So O'Neal will go to the line once again. 48.6 to go here in the first quarter. Keene leading 13-11.
Alex Opsahl picking up his second there, the center for Keene.
O'Neal's first shot is good. 13-12. Keene in the lead.
Opsahl goes to the bench with those two fouls.
And Tyler Rogers, number 3 in the game for the Blackbirds. Here's second shot for O'Neal. And that one rims out. Rogers gets the rebound. So it's 13-12, Keene up with 45 seconds to play. Maddie drives, then pulls back over to Charles. His shot from 3, no good. Rebound now by Ravenel. Over to Connor Butts, who leaves it there for Harry Lagulon, who drives the bucket, slips, and they're going to call a travel. That's unfortunate. Harry Lagulon hit a wet spot or just something on the court that caused him to slip, and that's considered a travel. So just under 30 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Keene now with the ball. Bucket, driving the bucket was Maddie, and he's fouled by Connor Butts, and he'll go to the line here with 23.5 to go.
Maddie just having an excellent quarter. He's a sophomore, and he's had his way here so far. Bedford, for the most part, they've kept him in front of him, but he's playing under control so well, and he's using the jump stop, pump fake, and he's getting whatever shot he wants, and he's made almost all of them.
Yeah, Maddie just got the positive spin on that first free throw. That went in, but this one goes off the back of the rim, so that's his first miss so far. So he has 12 points in this game, am I correct?
That's right.
In the corner, here's Butts for 3, too strong. Lagulon with the rebound along the baseline, up to Ravenel, now to Green, the top of the key. Back to Butts. Feeding it inside to O'Neal. He turns around. He runs into a Keene player and loses the ball right at the buzzer. No foul called. Coach Elmendorf can't believe what he saw, but the officials did not give him a foul there. So after the first quarter of play, Keene leads 14-12. You're listening to Bedford boys basketball here on Bedford 105.1, and you're watching on BCTV 23. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'm Harry Kozlowski, along with Andrew Hansen. So, Andrew, what's your take on this first quarter? It's the Tate Maddie show so far, at least as far as the Keene Blackbirds.
It really is. Really impressive first quarter by the sophomore point guard for Keene. Came in here and he scored a dozen in pretty much every way. He got into the paint, scored a couple there. He, as you mentioned, he scored off a steal on the full court press. He hit a three-pointer. He got to the line. He's been excellent. And
he's been everywhere.
Opsahl only has 1 bucket, so Bedford's done a decent job on him so far, but they're down 2 because of all their turnovers.
But I also think that they've done an excellent job, Bedford has, on the offensive boards. I think they've been dominating Keene as far as that goes. Many of Bedford's buckets came on second or even third tries.
That's right.
So,
Ravenel had a couple offensive rebounds himself, and then that second bucket that he got was off an offensive rebound from O'Neal. And Ravenel's been big off the bench. He's had 3 buckets, as Guerin had to go out early with those 2 fouls.
So we begin the second quarter. Keene with possession. Tyler Rogers over to Kelly. He drives the bucket. His layup's too strong off the back of the rim. Kelly gets the ball back, underhands it, and it doesn't go in. Bedford with the rebound. Connor Butts up to Ravenel. Back to Butts. Dribbling the ball, gets it over to Green. Green to Harry Lagoulon. Feed inside to O'Neal. The hook, good. O'Neal with the bucket now ties the game for Bedford, 14-all. Tate Maddie shoots it out to Kelly. Kelly now up to Alex Charles, who's got the ball. He gets it down to Maddie for 3 points. No good. The ball just goes out of bounds. O'Neal lets that one just go. And they get possession now. 7:11 to play here in the second quarter, all tied up at 14 here between Keene and Bedford.
Keene showing the full court man-to-man press again here.
Maddie's on O'Neal, a bit of a size mismatch. Maddie's able to dribble it over. Long pass to Ravenel. He can't quite control it, but he gets it back. Gets it over to O'Neal. He drives the bucket, rolls a beautiful layup, and gets it in the bucket. And Bedford's got their first lead of the game, 16-14.
Great start to the quarter by O'Neal, getting those 2 buckets in the paint.
Maddie now leaves it off to Noah Timmer. His layup is no good. Bedford with the rebound. Connor Butts to O'Neal, inside to Lagoulon. He's up against Alex Charles. Has the shot blocked, no foul. Keene the other way. Maddie drives, shoots, it's short. Kelly with the rebound, being guarded by Ravenel, and Ravenel's going to get the foul here as Kelly tried to force his way to the bucket.
First foul on Ravenel is also Bedford's 7th team foul, so Keene will go to the line for the rest of the half.
If this foul was in the act of shooting, it would have been a shooting foul either way. So Kelly now, first attempt off the front of the rim, backboard, no good. 6:20 to play here in the second quarter. Bedford with their first lead at 16-14. Kelly will try to cut that lead in half with this attempt, and he does. And more substitutions for Bedford. In comes TJ DeLacy. And Tim Green is staying in. It's Lagoulon is going to come out. Green inbound to O'Neal, back to Green. Now over the timeline to Butts. He gets by one man, drives, lays up, blocked. And the rebound by Arunsky, and we're going to get a foul call here on Bedford. Butts, I believe, is going to get the call on that, trying to fight for that rebound.
Yeah, that's his 2nd and 8th on the team. So Keene will shoot the 1-and-1.
Yeah, this will be the bonus here. Arunsky goes to the line with 6:09 to play here in the second. And Connor Butts comes out of the game. Tom Morgan back in?
Yes, he is.
Okay. So Arunsky for his first one of 1-and-1, up and good. 16-15 Bedford. Arunsky will try to tie it up with this one. Bends the knees, lets it go, it's short. Rebound by O'Neal. O'Neal driving, leaves it there for TJ DeLacy. Now to Green, back over to O'Neal. O'Neal being watched by Kelly. Now he leaves it off for Green. Inside to Ravenel. He tries to drive to the bucket. His shot off the rim. And there's a foul called on. Is this going to be on Bedford?
They called that one on Ravenel.
That's odd.
Over the back, his 2nd. So now he and Guerin both have 2, and Guerin's going to replace him after his rest.
Yeah, that really didn't look like it was on Ravenel at all. Either way, we're not the officials. Arunsky at the foul line. His shot bounces off the rim, no good. And the rebound is off of O'Neal, so Keene's going to get possession here. With 5:46 to play in the second quarter. 16-15, Bedford up by 1. Tate Mattey's played the whole game so far. His inbound is deflected, but then recovered by Noah Timmer for Keene. Back to Tate Mattey. He brings it out to center court just to kind of reset things. Timmer, now Mattey. There's a long 3 attempt by Kelly. That's short off the rim. And another foul call here on Bedford. I think this one's on O'Neal, judging by Coach Elmendorf's reaction to that call. So Aransky's going to go back to the line, but we're going to have a timeout here. Coach Elmendorf rallying his troops, although they're in the lead 16-15 with 5:29 to play, but getting in a little bit of foul trouble here. Let's update us on where things stand there.
Yeah, they actually gave that one to Tim Green, his second. So now there's 4 Bedford players with 2 fouls. Tim Green, Connor Butts, Zachary Guerin, and Trey Ravenel. 4 of the key rotational players, and we still have 5:29 left in the second quarter. So Bedford really has to adjust to the officiating here and try and avoid any type of movement that looks like it's a foul. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, it's going to tie Coach Elmendorf's hands a little bit going forward. If the officials keep blowing whistles on his players, he's going to start running out of players to put into rotation. But right now it's a 1-1 for Aransky. He's at the line now.
Keene only 3 for 9 at the foul line so far. So the damage has been limited.
But Aransky makes that one. He ties it up with 16 all. Front side of a 1-1. He gets the second shot here. And you can hear Coach Elmendorf having a conversation with one of the officials. Obviously a bit of a disagreement there on something. Aransky, second shot is good. Keene up by 1, 17-16 here. Tim Green bringing the ball inbounds, back to O'Neal, now Green again. He's being watched closely by Kelly. Finally over the timeline to Morgan. Ball is kicked, but no whistle. But we're gonna get a whistle now. Finally a call on Keene. It's Tyler Rogers collecting a foul here. Bedford, however, not in the bonus yet. So this will be an inbound play. Green comes out of the game, and Jordan Dyer's in for him. He inbounds it to Morgan, brings it over, being watched by Mattey. Morgan holds his hands up, calls the play. Gets Gilacey to come out. Now O'Neal with it, flips it out to Guerin at the top of the key. Back to O'Neal, into the corner for Dyer. To O'Neal, Morgan again at the top of the key. DeLacy back to Morgan for 3, and he misses everything. Rebound, Keene. Aransky got the ball there. Long lead pass that Guerin got his hand on, went off the backboard, not out of bounds. It's going to be Keene's ball.
Nice athletic tip there from Guerin.
Broke up what could have been a fast break play there.
Leguillon replaces JT DeLacy.
And we have another whistle here under the basket, and it's going to go against Keene. Number 3, that's Tyler Rogers. I guess that's the second foul there. So the fouls are piling up on the Blackbirds just like they are on the Bulldogs. Bedford ball, 4:40 to play here in the second, with Keene up by 1, 17-16. Keene applying some pressure now, but they get over the timeline. O'Neal with it. Gets it out to Jordan Dyer. Back to O'Neal. Guerin underneath, but they didn't get the pass to him. Now Leguillon back in the game. Here's Morgan at the foul line. Takes a shot. Jumper off the backboard. No good. Rebound Keene. Here comes Mattey the other way. Being watched by Morgan. Drops it off there for Timmer. Timmer with a 10-footer. He's partially blocked by Guerin. And off the rebound attempt, they say it went out of bounds off of Bedford, so it'll be Keene ball. Kind of a rough and tumble play there. I was kind of expecting a foul being called. But no such luck. I mean, they're calling a lot of stuff kind of ticky-tacky, but then when you have these collisions on the court, they're putting their whistles away. Kind of odd. Anyway, Keene now with the ball inbounds. Jonathan Kelly leaves it for Tate Maddie, being watched by Morgan. Maddie drives, pulls up, takes a jumper, and good from about 8 feet out. 19-16, Keene is up.
There's that jump stop hesitation again. Gets the defender on his heels and is able to make the floater.
Dyer gets it over the timeline. Now Morgan has it to O'Neal. He tries his three, and it's good. O'Neal ties it up with the three-pointer. 19 all with 3:28 to play.
O'Neal has all 7 for Bedford here in the second quarter. They really needed that shot in the arm.
Alex Charles feeds it to Arunsky. He gets blocked. Beautiful block there by O'Neal. Now he has the ball coming the other way. Pulls up. Over to Harry Lagoulon. Watched by Arunsky. Lagoulon driving, tries to get by 2 players, and we're going to get a foul on the drive on Keene. Blocking foul on Arunsky. That's going to send Lagoulon to the foul line with the game tied at 19 and 3:05 to play in the half.
Looks like they called the reach on Kelly, which is fortunate for Keene because Arunsky would have picked up his third.
On the 1-and-1, it's a miss. And Keene gets the rebound after the ball bounces around. Maddie feeds it up ahead to number 12, Alex Charles, then off the backboard and good. 21-19 Keene. Morgan with the ball, being watched carefully there by Maddie. A lot of pressure put on by the Blackbirds on these inbounds plays. Morgan is in the corner, kind of boxed in. He finally gets it out to Dyer. Dyer swings it out to Lagoulon, to O'Neal. Inside to Guerin. Now pass inside to Lagoulon. He turns around, puts it up, and good. 21 all on the basket by Lagoulon. 2:20 to play here in the second quarter. Arunsky driving against Lagoulon, turns around, tries to get past him, and he does with the layup. 23-21 Keene. Morgan up to Dyer into the Keene end. He's being double teamed. Tries to get the ball back to Morgan, barely does. Morgan calling the offense now with Dyer. Pulls up at the foul line, gets it back to Morgan. He drives, and there's contact there by, was it 10 or 32?
That's Arunsky's third.
Yes, it is. The official holds up 3 and 2. So Arunsky picks up another foul. So the Blackbirds are having their foul troubles today as well. Both teams are in the bonus. So Morgan goes to the foul line. Looks like we're going to have another substitution. Tyler Rogers getting ready to come in. And Arunsky comes out for Keene.
Oddly enough, with Keene's 9 fouls, Bedford's only attempted 3 free throws. So there's been a lot of non-shooting fouls. They're 1 for 3 as a team.
Morgan's first shot is good. 23-22 Keene. It's been a back and forth game. Keene has led for most of this game. Bedford had a 2-point lead briefly, but they've never fallen very far behind. The second shot there by Morgan is good. He ties it up again for Bedford. 23 all here with 1:43 to play. Here's Maddie. Tyler Rogers, he gets it up. Oh, there's a steal momentarily, and they're going to call a foul on O'Neal, saying that he pushed Noah Timmer at the midcourt line. I don't know if I agree with that. I think both players are going for a loose ball.
Yeah, I think that second bump was enough because he was coming straight from behind and he knocked the Keene player off balance. But fortunately for Bedford, that's only Justin O'Neal's first foul tonight.
So Timmer's first shot is good, gives them the lead of 24-23. Zach Guerin comes out of the game for Bedford. Second shot by Timmer is good. 25-23, Keene up. Here's Morgan being watched by Maddie, trying to get over the timeline. Got to do it soon. Passes it over to O'Neal. They do. O'Neal being watched by Maddie now. Dyer with it, covered by Kelly. Gets a screen by Lagoulon, now over to Morgan. O'Neal. Here's a three-point try by Dyer. off the back of the rim and rebounded by Rogers of Keene. Gives it to Maddie, and they come the other way. Maddie drives, leaves it there for Kelly. Beautiful dish, and Kelly puts it away. 27-23. Blackbirds up here with under a minute to play. Dyer bringing it over the timeline. Now to Morgan. Dyer to O'Neal. He tries three, and it rims out. Rebound by Keene. Timmer with the ball, gets it down low to Charles. Now up to Rogers, who drives the basket, and the hook shot is good. Another bucket there for Keene, a 6-point lead, 29-23 with 30 seconds to play. There's a pass to Dyer. Back out to O'Neal. O'Neal leaves it there for Dyer. And here's a three-point try by Morgan. Rims out, and another rebound there for Keene. Timmer with the ball decides to pull up, slow things up a little bit here with 12 seconds to play. Playing for the last shot. Here's Maddie. Over to Timmer. Timmer driving at the foul line. Gets past O'Neal with a fake, and his shot bounces out, and there's the buzzer. So a 6-0 run there at the end for the Blackbirds gives them a 6-point lead here at the end of the half, 29-23. And let's get a recap here on scoring and fouls from Andrew.
So on the Keene side, Maddie finishes the first half for Keene as the game-leading scorer with 14. Next on the list is Arunsky, the forward for Keene. He's got 5 points to go along with his 3 fouls. And then Kelly has 3. Charles, Timmer, and Opsal all have 2 for Keene. On the Bedford side, Just O'Neal had 7 points in that second quarter, giving him 8 for the game. Ravenel has 6. Tim Green has a 3. Morgan had those 2 free throws, and Lugulian and Guerin both have a bucket.
And it's been a fairly close game, except for that last flourish there by the Blackbirds. Able to go out to their biggest lead so far at 29-23.
Yeah, Keene finished the first half strong, and what I like about what they did is that they gave Bedford a lot of different defensive looks. They had 3 different full court presses. They went with the full court man, full court 1-2, 1-1, and then they, at the end of that second quarter, they were going with that soft 2-1-2 zone, falling back into a 3-2, and they didn't get a lot of steals off that defensive arrangement, but they're kind of trying to wear Bedford down. And Bedford has gotten a couple open three-point looks against that zone, but as you mentioned, they just kept going in and out. They just couldn't get one to fall.
Right. Well, we're going to take a little break here on the court. We're going to see a little bit of youth basketball, but we're going to throw things back to the radio station for a couple of minutes while we wait for third period action to begin here. And we are back live here at Bedford High School Gymnasium for the second half of the game between Keene and Bedford. The Blackbirds with a 29-26 lead as Bedford has possession to start the second half. Tim Green inbounds to Thomas Morgan, brings it over the timeline, setting the offense. Leaves it for O'Neal. Back to Green. To Lagulan, top of the key, sends it back to Morgan.
Keene running what looks to me like a 3-2 half-court zone.
There's a feed inside to Guerin. He turns around, thinks about shooting, instead kicks it out to O'Neal, who sends it down low to Lagulan. Now Morgan with the three-point try. Off the back of the rim. Guerin with the rebound. Bedford keeps possession. O'Neal, he tries a 3, and it's good. 29-26, Keene in the lead. Now Tate Maddie for Keene. Watched by Morgan. Over to Timmer. O'Neal's on him. Feeds it inside to Opsal. Opsal against Guerin. His jumper's no good. And Green gets the rebound for Bedford. Over to Lagulan. He tries to drive to the bucket. Gets a reach-in foul there, I believe, on Maddie. He's going to get the call. Or is he? Who was it? Number 4, I think, got the call. That's Logan Patnote, I believe. Yes, it is. Patnote with his third foul, if the scoreboard is correct. Ball inbounded to Bedford's Morgan. Pitches it out to O'Neal. Now Green. Back to Morgan. Inside to Guerin. To Lagulan, to O'Neal. And another foul here. Looks like number 10. That's John Kelly for Keene. Picks up the foul. Second foul of the half so far. Not a shooting foul, just an inbound. Bedford with possession again. Morgan to Green. Kicks it out to Lagulon, now to O'Neal, back into the corner for Morgan. He takes the three and it's short, bounces off the rim, rebound Bedford, and Lagulon picks up the foul on the rebound. Again, Bedford controlling the offensive boards pretty well here in the second half, much as they did in the first, and it's going to send Lagulon to the foul stripe as he was in the act of shooting when he was making the rebound.
That's also the fourth foul on Arunsky for Keene. He's playing the powered forward position, so he's going to have to check out here.
He's still in there for right now. Lagulon's short shot is off the mark. Now here comes Arunsky. He's replaced by Alex Charles. Goes to the bench with 4 fouls. Now a second try here by Lagulon, trying to cut this lead. His second shot is good. 2-point game now, 29-27. Keene in the lead. Maddie drives, feeds it over to Kelly. He's fouled as he tries to do the backwards layup. And Green gets that foul. So Kelly for the Blackbirds goes to the charity stripe for 2.
Reminiscent of the first half with Guerin picking up another early foul. This is his third.
And Kelly continuing the trend of poor foul shooting for the Blackbirds. He misses his first shot. Here comes the second. That one rims out. And on the rebound attempt by Opsahl, it goes out of bounds, but they're going to say that, no, they're going to say it went off Opsahl, so it's going to be Bedford's ball. So 0 for 2 on the fouls, on the foul shooting there by Kelly. Bedford comes up with the ball. 6:15 to play here in the third quarter. Bulldogs down 2, 29-27.
Opsahl checks out there with his third foul. So the power forward and the center both out here early for Keene in the third quarter.
So Green gets over the timeline finally. Feed inside to Guerin. He drives, rolls, and puts the ball in to tie the game, 29 all. Zach Guerin with the bucket. Now Keene's number 3, Tyler Rogers, gets it over to Kelly. Now Timmers with a shot from about 12 feet out. That's good. 31-29, Keene up. Keene with the press. And I'm not looking at the scoreboard, but they're definitely taking most of the 10 seconds they have to get over the timeline. That was a long throw into Morgan, but it was a little too far in front of him. He couldn't control it as he was going down to the ground. Ball goes out of bounds, and now it's Keene's ball.
Yeah, Morgan took a weird fall there. He's holding his right elbow a little bit. Hopefully he'll be okay.
Now Keene, Maddie in the corner being watched by Morgan. He drives to the bucket. Decides to dish it off to Kelly. Kelly drives the baseline and he gets the layup good. 33-29, Keene up here with 5:09 to play in the third quarter. Keene in the press, Bedford breaks it. Morgan over to Green. Into the corner to Lagulon. He takes the jumper and good. Harry Lagulon with about an 8-footer. Cuts the lead to 33-31. Here comes Kelly driving to the bucket. His layup rolls around and goes in. 35-31. Now we get a whistle here. It's going to be Keene taking the timeout. And we'll take a break here at 4:44 to play in the third quarter. Blackbirds up by 4, 35-31.
Well, Harry, Keene is using that same defensive strategy they finished the second quarter with, which is that soft 2-1-2 three-quarter court zone, falling back into a 3-2 half-court zone. And Bedford hasn't quite figured it out yet, although that possession when they got the ball into Guerin in the paint, that was nice because with Arunsky and Opsahl on the bench, Bedford should have a little bit easier time scoring in the paint, and Guerin was able to do that.
We've got one score from Division I, the only other game going on that we have a report on. Merrimack trails Dover by 1, 15-14. They're playing up in Dover. On the inbounds, Morgan with it, gets over the timeline, sends it down to Lagulon, who drives the bucket. His jumper from 5 feet away is good. 35-33, Keene up. 4:30 to play. Maddie now. Over to Timmer. Now Charles for Keene gets it back to Kelly at the top of the key. He drives a little bit, changes direction, loses his handle on the ball, and Lagulon picks up the loose ball, turnover Keene. Now here's Lagulon, he pulls up, gets over to Morgan. Morgan inside to Guerin, he rolls and puts up the jumper, no good, gets his own rebound, puts it up again, he gets a basket. No call though, I was hoping they might have put an and one on that, but we'll just take what he got there. Tie score 35 all. Shot from the corner there by Keene, no good. Rebound, no good. And here comes O'Neill the other way for Bedford, driving against Timmers. Goes to the bucket and lays it in. Bedford up 2, their second lead of the game. Now a long lead pass up to Tyler Rogers. His layup is no good, too hard. Rebound Keene, shot by Kelly. Goes out of bounds. They're going to call a foul this time on Bedford.
Both teams really picking up the pace here. Bedford a nice little spurt.
Yeah,
I think that's 4 baskets in a row in the paint.
So Bedford is up by 2, 37-35 with 3:35 to play here in the third quarter with Kelly for the Blackbirds on the foul line. He missed his first 2 attempts, but he makes that one. 37-36 Bedford. Kelly 1 for 3 from the foul line. In his half at least, I'm not.
He was 1 for 2 in the first half, so 2 of 5 overall.
And he makes the second, so that ties it up, 37 all. Now Keene with the press defense here. They've got Tim Green cornered. He tries to dish it out to Ravenel, and they're going to call a foul on Keene.
They got Rogers there with his hand in the back of Ravenel. That's 3 on Rogers for Keene. 5 on the team in this half.
Green with the bucket, with the basketball. He's got it now at the top of the key. Over to Lagulon. Lagulon drives, pulls up, thinks about shooting, but feeds it under to Ravenel. His layup is good. 39-37, Bedford up. Here comes Maddie the other way. He slips a little bit. Shot there is blocked by Ravenel. On the layup by Maddie. I'm surprised they didn't call a travel there for the slip. But they are calling a travel on Bedford on Morgan.
Yeah, that last play, Ravenel had a nice block. O'Neill has had multiple blocks today. Guerin as well. Some nice defensive plays by the Bulldogs.
Keene with the ball, trailing by 2. Under 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Charles with it. To Rogers. Here's a long 3 by Maddie. No good, but the rebound to Timmers. He puts it back up, and we're tied again at 39. Bedford bringing the ball up slowly as they're being guarded by Keene. Still in the backcourt, finally over the timeline. O'Neill has it. He dribbles, leaves it there for Green. Green holds up. Now Lagulon drives the key. Pulls up, takes a short jumper, and it's good. 41-39, Bedford in the lead with 2:13 to play in the third.
Harry's got 8 now. Heating up here in the second half.
And number 3, Tyler Rogers for Keene, decides to pull up, but the official says he moved his foot. Travel on the Blackbirds, Bedford ball. So Green inbounds it to O'Neill, taking their time now. Being watched by both Maddie and Kelly for Keene. Finally over the timeline. Now double team on Morgan. They find O'Neill. Over to Lagulon under the basket. And contact there. Alex Charles getting a hand in on Lagulon. He draws the foul and he'll go to the line.
It's his first, 6 on the team.
1:53 to play in the third quarter. Bedford up by 2. That's been their biggest lead. Here's Harry Lagulon's chance to add to it. First foul shot is good. 42-39. And now Morgan comes out of the game and Connor Butts goes in for him. Here's Lagulon's second attempt. Up, and he gets a positive roll, and it's in. Good. 43-39, 4-point leads, the biggest one for Bedford tonight. Only the second time in the game they've been in the lead. Alex Charles driving against Lagulon. His hook shot is good. 43-31 Bedford. Inbounds to O'Neill, now back to Green. Green gets it up to Butts. Sends it inside to Ravenel. Now underneath to O'Neill. He tries to dunk and he gets blocked on the way up. Doesn't make it. Keene recovers the ball and comes the other way. Timmers being watched by O'Neill. Over to Maddie. Butts is on him. Maddie drives, now leaves it back for Rogers. He drives the bucket and blocked by Ravenel. Bedford with the ball the other way. Here comes Harry Lagulon. He pulls up in the corner, sends it all the way back to the top to Butts. Now back to Lagulon. Ravenel underneath, fighting his way to the bucket. Turns around, good. 45-41 now with under a minute to play. Bedford up by 4 here in the third quarter as the final seconds ticking away. Maddie pulls up, takes the shot. It's going to be a foul and it's good. The and one for Tate Maddie cuts the Bedford lead to 45-43, and he can cut it by one more at the foul line.
Maddie hasn't had the ball in his hands as much here in the third quarter. Been a little bit quiet compared to the first half, but that is his second bucket of the quarter. Now he has 16 on the game.
And I would guess he's leading all scorers. His shot is no good, but picked up by number 32, David Arunsky, who's got 4 fouls, but back in the game. That's a 2-point bucket that ties the game, 45 all. 30 seconds to go. Bedford with the ball in the backcourt. Now up to Ravenel, into the corner to Lagulon. He thinks about driving, but pulls up. Green with it, over to Connor Butts. Thinks about a 3, thinks better of it, gets it over to O'Neill. O'Neill drives to the bucket, pulls up, gets it back outside to Lagulon. Lagulon turns, loses the ball momentarily. Ravenel tries to save it, but the officials say it went out of bounds. So Keene ball now with 6.5 seconds to play here in the third. They'll get the final possession. Inbound to Maddie, he drives quickly to the bucket, loses his step there a bit. Takes the off-balance shot, it's no good, and now a long half-court shot by Lagulon bounces off the backboard, no good, and we finish up tied 45 all here in the third quarter.
Well, Bedford really picked up their offense there in the third quarter, Harry. In the first half, they scored 23 points. In the third quarter, they scored 22. So the pace of the game really picked up in the third quarter, and Ravenel making his presence felt again as the sixth man with Guerin in foul trouble. He's now had 10 on the game. Lagulon picked it up as well in the third quarter. He's got 11, and O'Neill leads Bedford with 13.
We got a final from Spalding in Rochester. The Exeter Bluehawks with a 51-38 win over Spalding. That's the latest Division I score that we have. The rest of them are all Division II and Division III scores.
Now offensively, Harry, one thing I really liked against that half-court zone was that possession when O'Neill tried to dunk. What they did was Bedford had the ball on the right side of the court. They got it to Ravenel at the free throw line, and he quickly turned and hit O'Neill on the opposite block, and that's what you have to do to beat that press, get the ball to the free throw line and then use the pass. And too bad for O'Neill. It was almost a highlight play there with that attempted dunk.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. A little surprised he didn't call a foul there. I thought I saw some contact, but the officials gave it to him anyway. So here we are at the start of the fourth. Keene with possession, tied at 45. Here's Maddie. He pulls up, then pulls back up to Arunsky. Inside to Opsahl, and a foul called on Ravenel. This should not be a shooting foul. That is the third on Ravenel. So Keene with the inbounds under the basket. Gets it into Timmer. Being watched by Green. Back to Maddie at the top. Maddie resets the offense. Logan Patnode now. Pass is blocked. Ball is loose. And we get a jump ball. And Bedford with possession gets the ball and gets to take it out here with 37-36 to play.
Nice hustle play there by Butts. He had the tip, and then he created the jump ball as well.
So Green inbounds it to O'Neill. Two Keene players are watching them closely. Butts long cross-court pass to Green, who fires a three, and it's good. 48-45, Bedford is up with 7:19 to play.
Real nice look there from Butts on the cross-court pass, and Green hits his second three of the game. He's got 6.
Maddie now up to Timmers, who drives, now drops it back to Arunsky. His three attempt rims out. Rebound by O'Neal. Coming back the other way. Long cross-court pass. They're going to say that went off of the hand of Harry Lagulon. Arunsky got the tip on it, but then it bounced off of number 22's hands. So the ball will stay with Keene here. 7:03 to go. 48-45. Bedford leading by 3. There comes Tate Maddie across the timeline. Watched by Butts. Tries to get by him. Doesn't quite do it. Now here Arunsky against Lagulon. Here's Patnode with the layup and one. It's good. Cutting the lead to 48-47. And Patnode will have a chance for the three-point play. That foul is on number 4, Tim Green, his third.
Big time for Patnode to get his first bucket of the game. Had a chance to tie there, couldn't do it.
Ball bounces off the back of the rim. Now here comes Bedford the other way. O'Neal has it, leaves it for Green. Green pulls up, brings it back to the top of the half court. Connor Butts now, back to Green, over to O'Neal. Here's Green, another three-point attempt. Air ball, misses everything. Arunsky gets it for Keene, now dishes it off to Maddie. Maddie drives to the bucket. His shot is blocked, but they get the ball back. Here's another chance by Timmers. The roll goes over the rim and in. Basket, Keene. 49-48, they retake the lead. O'Neal double teamed, he dishes it out to Butts all alone cross court, and it's good. Three-pointer for Connor Butts, takes the lead right back. 51-49 Bedford with 5:59 to play. Maddie over to Opsahl. Dishes inside to Patnode. They're going to call a foul before the shot, I believe, on Green.
That'll be his 4th.
And he's heading for the scoring table. It is his 4th foul. He's going to come out, and Jordan Dyer will go in for him. So not a shooting foul, but inbounds. There's a shot for 3. Good. Arunsky from the corner. Good for 3. 52-51. Keene is up. Lead changes back and forth here for both teams. Connor Butts dishes inside the Ravenel. He runs into Arunsky. This could be Arunsky's 5th foul. Yes, it is. A blocking foul on Arunsky.
Right here, that's a big play. Arunsky just got into double figures on that three-pointer. Second player for Keene in double figures, and now he's got his 5th. Well,
the scoreboard shows 4th, so he's not making his way to the bench, so officially he's counting as four fouls, and he stays in the game. We were under the impression he had 4 fouls most of the way.
That's right.
So Ravenel makes the first free throw, tying the game. His second one rims out, but O'Neal gets the rebound for Bedford. Dyer over to Butts. He resets the offense. Down to Lagulon, drives, pulls back for 3, and misses everything, and Opsahl gets the rebound for Keene. Timmers over the timeline. Waits for his teammates to come back. There's a steal attempt by Butts, no good. Maddie with the shot. That rims out, and O'Neal gets the rebound. Tie game, 52-all. About 5 minutes to go in regulation. O'Neal with it again, back to Connor Butts. To Dyer, dishes it back to O'Neal, now to Butts. He tries a 3, and it's good. Connor Butts from 3. The 20-footer puts Bedford up 55-52. Tate Maddie, watched by Butts. The speedy guard trying to elude his blocker. Now here goes Opsahl underneath, but he's blocked by Ravenel. Ball goes out of bounds. The officials say it is Bedford ball.
Great defensive play by Ravenel. Another block, and that's him using his advantage as a left-handed player against the right-handed Opsahl.
And their tallest player, too, at 6'8". Bedford over the timeline finally, taking their time. Inside the Ravenel at the foul line. Over to Dyer. He rushes in, dishes it back out to Ravenel, his jumper bounces off the rim. And we're going to get a foul call here on somebody on Keene. Number 20 gets the call. Noah Timmer.
They're going to give that to Maddie. Nice hustle play there by Dyer to create that foul and get to the line on what easily could have been a Keene defensive rebound.
Well, here's a chance to push the lead up to 4. They get the positive roll, Dyer does, and it's good. 56-52. Now to get the shot, get the Bedford lead up to 5, which I believe would be the largest of the game. It is good. So 5-point lead now for the Bulldogs with 4:13 to play, 57-52. Maddie for Keene takes the jumper from about 15 feet away. It's an air ball. Saved there by Opsahl, and then Arunsky picks it up and gets a foul on the layup. So a 3-point play here for Keene. Great hustle there by Opsahl to save that ball. It was an air ball shot by Maddie. Opsahl dove out of bounds to save it, got it to Arunsky, who drove to the bucket and got a foul on that layup. Now he's got a chance here to make a 3-point play. It's short, and the rebound goes to O'Neill. So the score remains 57-54. Do we get another whistle? The official's saying something here, and Bedford's going to get the ball out of bounds.
It may have been a lane violation. I didn't see the signal.
So Bedford passing the ball around in the backcourt, finally getting it over the timeline. O'Neill decides to drive to the bucket. Finger roll, a little short, but he drew the foul. O'Neill to the line now for a chance to shoot 2. Fouled in the act of shooting. Both teams are in the bonus right now. That foul on Logan Patno, that's his 4th. And O'Neill's shot from the foul line is good. 58-54 Bedford.
O'Neill now with 14 to lead Bedford. LeGouillon and Ravenel also have 11. They're in double figures.
Here's the second shot, and that one's good as well. So 5-point lead for the Bulldogs, 59-54 here, 3:46 to play. Maddie over to Timmers for Keene. Timmers decides to drive, pulls up, takes the shot, bounces out. Rebound by Opsahl. He fights for the rebound and puts it up, and good. 59-56, sorry, go ahead.
Best offensive play of the night for Opsahl, coming at a good time for Keene.
That was Thomas Morgan in the game. Getting double teamed, gets it over to Dyer and now over to O'Neill. LeGouillon has it now, and they're going to say he traveled. Took a little kind of shuffle step there. So a turnover by the Bulldogs, and Keene gets the ball back now, down 3 with 3:14 to play. Cade Maddie gets around his defender, sends it out to Arunsky. Now John Kelly. Timmers drives, pulls up, takes the runner, and it's good. Keene down 1, 59-58, just under 3 minutes to play. O'Neill back to Dyer, to Morgan. He gets triple teamed, but he gets the ball back out to O'Neill. Here's Ravenel, drives to the bucket, jumps up, good. Off the glass, 2-pointer for Ravenel, 61-58, Bedford leads. 2:34 to go. Now Arunsky, watched by LeGouillon. Timmers with O'Neill on him. He dribbles, gets it to John Kelly. Down to Arunsky down low. Timmers drives the lane, gets it, kicks it out to Maddie, who dribbles in, takes a jumper, and he's going to draw the foul. So Maddie's shot falls for Keene, and he gets and one at the foul line. 61-60. He'll have a chance to tie it up here with 2:16 to play.
It gives Maddie 18. Foul on Thomas Morgan, his first.
And here's the foul shot by Maddie. It's good. All tied up. And we get a timeout here. Great action so far. Just what we expected coming in here. These two teams very evenly matched. And it shows on the scoreboard. Each tied 61 here with 2:16 to play.
Yeah, nice contribution off the bench tonight. You know, Ravenel's been consistent. He had 6 in the first half, 7 in the second. He has 13. Connor Butts has been huge here early in the fourth quarter with those 2 3-pointers. He also had a block, a nice assist on Tim Green's 3-pointer. So nice, steady contributions across the board for the Bulldogs.
Just a reminder to all our listeners, we've got a radio-only game tomorrow night at 7:30. Bedford hockey taking on the Bow Falcons. We're going to be in Concord, I should say, at the Everett Arena. That very historic building. I don't know if you've ever been to Everett Arena. It's a Quonset hut on Loudon Road. Dates back many years. They've updated it a few times, but it's still the old rounded roof building. A bit reminiscent of JFK here in Manchester, but we'll be at that game bringing you the call of the Bulldogs hockey team against the Bow Falcons tomorrow night at 7:30. Hope you tune in. That'll be radio only on Bedford 105.1. Ball is inbounded to Morgan, to Dyer, back to Morgan in the backcourt. Finally over to Dyer. Finally gets over the timeline. Ball's left there for Ravenel. Dyer with it again, cruising around the 3-point line to Morgan, being watched by Kelly. Morgan dribbles, leaves it for Dyer. Man on him, very tight defense here by Keene. Here's a kick out to O'Neal. His 3-point try is no good. And the rebound there by Kelly for Keene. 1:46 to play, tied at 61. Maddie down to Timmers, to Runsky, up high to Opsahl. He gets it to Maddie down low. Guarded there by Morgan. Runs into a screen. He takes a shot, and it's good. 3-pointer there for Maddie. Puts Keene up 64-61. 1:25 to play. Now Thomas Morgan inside now to O'Neal. Puts it up, and it's blocked by Opsahl, but he caught a piece of O'Neal. He's going to get a foul there. Going to the line. That's just the... I'm going to wait for the foul numbers. Yeah, that's 4th foul there on Opsahl. So with 1:18 to play, down 3, O'Neal for Bedford has a chance to at least cut this to a 1-point game. He makes the first shot, 64-62. Zach Guerin comes in the game. Ravenel sits down. Dyer comes out, and Green comes back in. So I believe the starting 5 are now out here in the final 1:18.
That's right.
Second foul shot by O'Neal is good. 64-63, Keene up by 1 with 1:15 to play. We'll see what they do here, if they'll just run out the clock or if they'll continue to attack. Timmers drives to the bucket, pulls up, tries to get inside the Opsahl. He can't get his hand on it. Does he draw a foul? No, he gets a timeout. So we got another timeout here with 1:03 to play, and Keene up by 1 point, 64-63.
That was close, Harry. You're right. Keene was granted that timeout right before the foul call. We heard 2 separate whistles, almost simultaneous. Bedford fortunate that the timeout was granted when it was.
Yeah, Kevin Ritter, the head coach for the Blackbirds, kind of bailed out the Bulldogs with that timely timeout call. That ball was just kind of knocking around the wickets between Opsahl's legs, and they were trying to come up with it when that timeout call came. So with if you're Keene, what do you do here? Do you just try to run the clock out and make Bedford foul you?
Yeah, they are in the bonus, so I'd get the ball in Maddie's hands and see if they would foul me.
Well, Maddie's the one putting the ball in bounds here. He gets it to Timmer. Exactly a minute to go here in the game. Timmer dribbling with it, watched by O'Neal, leaves it for Kelly, staying far outside the perimeter with the ball. Finally, Green comes up to put some defensive pressure on him. Kelly still dribbling with it. Timmers. I don't think Keene is going to try to score any points here. They're going to make Bedford foul him. Maddie with the ball, guarded by Morgan. He gets away from him. Oh, an offensive foul called here. Wow. Wow, it looked to me like Morgan slipped, but I think the official's going to say that it was a foul.
Yeah, they called a moving screen on Opsahl. So yes, Morgan slipped, but on around the 3-point line, I think is where Opsahl set a moving screen, and that's his 5th foul.
And Kevin Ritter is livid with the officials on that call. Maybe he did move a little bit, but I don't think he made any serious contact with Morgan. Very fortuitous call here.
I think he may have made contact with a different Bedford player because he was a little bit closer towards the key. And I was distracted as well by Morgan falling, but I think Opsahl had made contact with a different Bulldog on the attempt to get Maddie open there.
So trailing by 1 point here, the Bulldogs get the ball back with 33 seconds to play, 64-63. They lose their big man, number 12, Alex Charles, in for Keene. Morgan dribbling with it, gets it to Lagulon. Now dishes it up to Green, over to Ravenel. Down to Morgan. He drives with the hook, and it's good. Bedford up 65-64 with 13.9 seconds to play.
Well, what a clutch play there from Morgan, who had a number of clutch plays on the gridiron this fall. We got to see Harry. Just a great one-on-one move, high degree of difficulty with that little floater. And I must say it's a little bit reminiscent of the Magic Johnson shot of the Lakers against the Celtics back in the mid-'80s.
It's kind of a stealth shot where he dribbled in and just sort of, I mean, I guess you can call it a hook shot, but really it was just kind of a flip from his far hand.
Yeah, it turned into a little bit of a baby hook with a high arc on it. And now with 15 seconds to go, Bedford's had a tough challenge here to figure out how they're going to stop Tate Maddie, because I expect Keene to get the ball in his hands and let him go to work. He's had a terrific night. He scored 22 to lead all scorers. And he's shown an ability to hit from the outside and as well as get to the paint and score. So we'll have to see if Coach Elmendorf goes straight up here, or maybe they try and trap Maddie and get the ball out of his hands.
Well, they've got 3 Bedford defenders inside the backcourt here, so I think we're going to see some pressure here. You got the 5 Bedford starters out there. O'Neill, Guerin, Green, Lagulon, and Morgan. But they decide to peel back on the defense. Here comes Morgan. He gets by Maddie, takes a shot, it's good. Maddie drives the bucket against Morgan. He was using one of his own players as a screen. Gets to about 5 feet of the bucket and lays it in. So the Blackbirds are up 66-65 with 5.4 seconds to play. Just like you called it, he said, try to get the ball into Maddie, and Maddie makes his magic happen.
Yeah, you just got to tip your cap to Maddie. That was a great individual move. And once again, he just had such great body control in the paint. Little bit of a pump fake. He got just enough separation from Morgan that he got it back to his right hand, and then made a nice little floater there. It wasn't an easy shot.
No, it wasn't. Now, if you're at Keene, they've been playing the press almost the entire game in the backcourt. Do you do that now and risk getting a foul, or do you just let Bedford bring the ball over the timeline and take your chances once they're inside the offensive end? I'd
like to see them maybe go full court man here. You know, it'd be too dangerous to go full court zone, but they have done it all night. But I'd predict that they'd go full court man and put pressure and try and run the clock down here and make it tough on Bedford to get a good look.
So it comes down to this, 6.5 seconds to play. Bedford down 1 point, 66-65. Green has it, gets it inside to O'Neill. He dribbles, he's got Maddie on him. Dribbling, pulls up, over to Green, long three. Oh, and it's off. And Keene wins by 1, 66-65. I think for Bedford that play took a little long to develop. That it might have been better to try to pass the ball up court, try to have a man deep. Instead, O'Neill gets the inbounds from Green and tries to dribble up the court, and that ate up about 3 seconds all by itself.
Yeah, it did, and I mean, you do like having the ball in O'Neill's hands in open court. I mean, he's so good at driving with his size, and he did draw the double team. I think ideally for Bedford, if they could have gotten Green a shot a little bit closer. I mean, it ended up being a really deep three-point attempt.
Yeah, it wasn't the best shot that could have been taken. O'Neill had Maddie on him. He really had to fight to get the ball over to an open man, and the only man that was open was Green, and he was a good probably 25 feet away from the bucket. So it was a difficult shot to make there, and it was a little wide of the rim, and it gave Keene the victory. Really entertaining game, not the result that the home team wanted, but you had to have enjoyed watching or listening to this game. So many lead changes, so much action, and some great individual performances today by both teams.
Yeah, you're right. Really down to the wire, exciting finish. Unfortunate there that Green was off the mark, but he had a good look at it. And, great experience to go through a game like that and take that big shot. And, of course, Morgan made his shot to give Bedford the lead, and he'll remember that for a long time as well. In terms of the numbers, as we mentioned, Maddie finished with 24, a game-high total to lead the Blackbirds. Next was Arunsky with 12. Timmer got into double figures with 10. Jonathan Kelly off the bench with 9. Opsal had 4, and Pat Note had 2 for the Blackbirds. On Bedford's side, Justin O'Neill led the way with 17. Legulon, 11. Ravenel also in double figures with 13. Green and Butts both hit 2 3-pointers, so they had 6 each. Morgan had 4. Guerin had 6. Dyer had 2.